Hello and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. Today we are going to take a look at a LILLIA gameplay and we teach you how to play this champion and especially what to not do. And in this very instance of this game, we'll be going with a very tanky approach. We'll be running with plated steel caps first because we are running into a full AD centric composition, and with that in mind, this item makes us the tankiest, but it also forces us to do something proactive early game. It empowers fighting by a lot and we really want to fight a lot with this item. After this is the Liandry's Torment to utilize our passive, then Riftmaker to make us even tankier, and only after this it's time for Rabadon's Death Cap. With this, we have enough damage to take down basically anything, and we are tanky enough to really be a nuisance. In this video, you'll see a slight adaptation in terms of building. We only go for the Oblivion Orb afterwards, and the Searing Crown simply because we had the money for it, and we just need some extra tanky stats. Normally, you would go for Void Staff and Morello, and then you'd be done with the Stasis Enchant. For your runes, you'll obviously run Phase Rush, Gathering Storm, Giant Slayer, Bloodline to have even more healing, and Overgrowth. Alternatively, you can run the full defensive first tree, which is Resolve, which would then be Nullifying Orb, and Bone Plating, Overgrowth, and then you would go for something like Giant Slayer in the secondary tree. But into squishy champions, you would simply go for Lovely Phase Rush. Into tanky champions, however, you would be better off with Conqueror in many situations. Anyways, let's take a look at the video. Hello, and we are back with a WildRift video. In this game, I'm going to play LILLIA in the jungle role, and I'm showing you that fully clearing your jungle is one of the most important things you can do to increase your win rate. You don't want to coin flip anything, because just doing free camps into a Scuttlecrab can lose you the game if you're playing against a good player. So as a LILLIA, make sure to start with your first ability, kite the camp, and make sure to utilize Smite to just transition between camps. You are a decently fast jungler, and once you have scaled you are very powerful, but that at the same time is kind of LILLIA's weakness as well. In the early game she's not really that much of a force to reckon with, so you really have to think about what you want to do with her. Another little trick you can utilize is using your second ability, Overwalls, to leash camps to keep your movement speed stacks. And here, as you transition towards other camps, you can use your natural range of your first ability to finish off the old camp while you leash the new camp. This makes your jungle clear a tiny bit faster. And if you see that the enemy Kayn just literally griefed the game, he just walked down into the Baron lane and tried to go for a gank, completely messing up his jungle clear. Now, with this in mind, I can fully complete my jungle, already knowing that I'll be winning as the game goes on. Now you see Kayn committing to an even greater mistake. He walks up to try to go for a play. Now, they have the Pyke mid and the Malphite, so I can do whatever I want. They can't really kill me unless I just waste my flash. So I just dodge this and just dance around them. My phase rush will keep me safe, will get me some cooldowns back, and it's just dancing around them. I use my W over the wall, so even if my character doesn't hit the area, it will still hit the damage. And I just run down the person because red buff is very powerful. Now with the knowledge that the Kayn just walked into the Baron lane, I can just invade his chickens and grab his chickens for free. Always these things in mind that are very powerful. Now, but we also have to keep in mind that the Kayn who has cleared his bottom side of the map will return to this side eventually. And this is something you have to understand what would happen next. Now with this in mind, again, the Pyke is a very bad champion early, like he can't really do anything in mid lane, so I can just dance around the Kayn and annoy him. So now I wait for my ally, and then I do an all-in combo with Rudder of Mana and go back for the Scuttlecrab. I smite it to secure it to regain the resources, and then I run after Pyke to just piss him off a tiny bit. After this is done, I'll help my mid laner to push the wave, and then I'll just reset. Because for me there's nothing else to do for me. Now pay close attention to the minimap. You see that I have the timer on the enemy's jungle camp. I know where Kayn was and I know that he died. So with this in mind, I can go for a tempo play. With this in mind, I will go for plated steel caps, go for my chickens, and then invade his blue buff. Again, the enemy champions cannot really do too much about this because they're simply too weak. And with plated steel caps, I'm so unbelievably tanky. And the enemy Draven lane is kind of strong right now because my bot lane is having some kind of issue, so I just stay away from them. Now, with this in mind, I even spot the Kane for a second because he's literally griefing. I don't know what he's doing up there, but he's giving me his entire bot side for free. Now while doing this, I can take a quick look at other lanes if I can dive them or punish them for playing the game, like literally whatever is available. Here, I can still gain the best possible outcome, because I can't magically teleport up to my bot lane to save them, and even if I could, it's still a coin flip, but with this, I take away enemy resources and maybe put myself in a position where I can do something later on. But again, the Kayn will lose all his resources down here, and I'll get even stronger. My bot lane is now smurfing with the help of my Zed, and life is good again. Now I can transition towards mid lane, and if my mid laner is a bad player or was a bad player, I would just take the entire wave, but here I'll just walk by, get the XP, and now go for a quick jungle clear. Now, with the idea in mind, what do I want to do next? Do I want to contest an objective? Do I just want to full clear? Do I want to reset? Now I've seen Kayn on the other side of the map, which means I don't need to reset anymore. But this also means I don't really want to fight for the Herald because I would already be too late, and I just want to consume my camps on this side of the map. The Kayn is still visible, which allows me to go for an earlier dragon, which I use Smite to do this right now. The only issue here is right now that the enemy bot lane can rotate to me and basically kill me. Realistically speaking, I should not do dragon here. I should just not do anything, because it's too much of a risk. We see that the Pyke is coming, the Draven is walking up, I'm very tanky, I just need to play for time, heal up really fast, and then just secure the objective, deal some AoE damage, and clean up the fight. Now, the plated steel caps are so broken. Do you see how little damage I take? And if this little stupid stun doesn't tag me, I actually live and I probably kill all of them. God bless the hitboxes. But yeah, my Lux encountered some issues along the lines, but you know how it goes. Sometimes the E autocast is a little bit too difficult, but we see a lot of spells being used, right? We know Kayn no flash, Lulu no ult, etc, etc. Now I can just go and do whatever I want. I can just walk to Herald and force the Herald. The sad part about the entire sequence of plays so far is that I've only gotten assists. I'm literally poor, and it's kind of annoying. Again, make sure to quickly collect my lovely chicken camp, because I also have Overgrowth. Very powerful rune, making me very tanky, using the max range of the leash range to just make sure I'm fast on the map. Kayn is again spotted on the map, being unable to do anything, allowing me to just quickly take anything I want. We see that the enemy is rotating up, but as of now, they don't really have damage. Like, I can just dance around them, deal damage to them, make sure I get damage and healing from them at the same time. I just secure the Herald and then look for whatever I want to do. With the mid lane tower being as low as it is, I can debate using Herald for it, or I can just not do it. It really depends on what my team wants to do. Now with the fight turning out like it is right now, I can use the Herald on the top lane to get even more gold for myself. Sadly, my lovely Vladimir survived, and yeah. Now becomes, like, the biggest issue right now is that Vladimir popped my sleep. He actually popped my sleep with his E in his pool, which led to me actually not instantly one-shotting the enemy. And as a consequence, and a little bit of tilt, I died. If Vladimir doesn't release his E early, I easily kill and survive without a problem. Now, look at the map. The map is full with my jungle camps. I do not, under any circumstance, want to go for useless ganks. I have so much standing gold on the map that is just completely a waste of time to even try and go for a proactive play. So even though my score doesn't reflect all I've done so far in this game, I've done so much. Sadly, I don't have the kill credit. Unlucky. But again, we go back to fully clearing everything we have. There's no play available right now. The enemies are constantly rotating. The next usual play that's available would be the next dragon. So up until then, we basically farm until something is happening that we can influence. Any play that's around here, any play that we believe is worth of our time, and otherwise we just leave to get more gold. Don't forget, camps are very important to gain and they make you really rich. Now we see Kayn on the other side of the map and our Zed is completely getting blasted. As an option, after clearing my jungle, I can either look for a Malphite kill depending on how much he tries to overextend. He even flashed on the minimap, by the way. We just saw it. If you see people blink on the minimap, it's always, unless they have a teleport like a blink ability, it's always their flash. If it was a dash like rapid movement, it would have been his ultimate, but now we know he doesn't have flash. Now I miss my spell because I'm blind as hell, but that's why I wear glasses, but you know how the world works. Lulu is obviously trying to bait me. Look at her. She's just walking back and forth and trying to be annoying. So what do we do about this? We basically play a little bit with her and see what happens. Like, we are not really at the danger of dying unless the Draven crits us with every single auto attack. But yeah, he does crit us a lot for no reason, because, well, why not? If I have crit, I never crit. If the enemy has 25% crit, he crits me for 10 auto attacks straight. Nice game, by the way. Anyway, the objective is spawning soon, so I want to reset early, get my item spike, and then be there on time. Any second I waste not doing anything is terrible for me. I always want to be proactive. And because there's nothing happening right now, I just walk through mid lane, make sure that the next wave will be pushed, and then I'll look for an angle for Dragon. But it's always very important to push mid waves. You don't want to waste minions and don't want to waste XP and give the enemy an opportunity to get your tower. We see the Draven walk in, but they can't really steal it from me, even though it was very close. But yeah, I'm reasonably strong right now, so I can really piss them off. But I really need to be mindful of not getting just, well, exhausted like this and then ran down. It is the mortal enemy of my champion to get slowed. Like, if there's no exhaust right now dropping onto my forehead, I'll just walk away. But yeah, I just got exhausted and then killed like a little piglet. But my team will capitalize on the enemy's mistakes and kill them unless the magical Malphite makes his appearance, while the Lux is busy on the side lane, clearing those vicious minions. Anyway, now we're getting stronger and stronger. I even have my stasis right now, so I can take even more damage and just avoid damage. And now with my third item, I'll finally be online as a champion. But as you've just seen, I have really big tanky stats. Like, the boots alone I have, and the HP I have, and the effective HP regen from, for example, Riftmaker and my passive make me so tanky. And yeah, again, it's time to fully clear jungle, time to chill, time to relax. I can't really influence what my teammates are doing. If I see that my teammates are running it down and I believe I can change something about this, I can be around them, but if I truly can't, I just go side lane. I clear my jungle, I see my teammates do stupid things, so I just go side lane. I can run away from many people, I can stall for a lot of time, and I deal a lot of damage. And here you even see me mess up my kiting because, well, I'm just bad as it seems. My mid lane is encountering some issues as the typical AD carry. You know how it goes. They just run it down at all times. Now, the question is, do I walk there in hopes of getting something done, or do I just take the wave and the next wave to get even more gold for myself and denying the enemy the map pressure of getting something done by this wave running into our tower? The downside of this is I'll probably lose the mid lane tower, but for myself and for my team, I gain even more gold. This is something you can debate. If you believe that you can get there in time without losing too much gold for a coin flip play, then it's fine. But you see, I got so much gold from this simple play alone. Now, the enemy can't really kill me. I expect them to have used everything, but, well, I was wrong. They have everything available. I just get exhausted to my face, ulted, and everything. Yeah. We love WildRift. Anyway, quick turnaround, quick little bonk onto the Lulu's forehead, and she is a goner. And now we find the Malphite. Look at this little goober walking up and just gets immediately killed. And he has ult as well. Yeah. So, typical perception. Enemy has killed my team. Nah, there is every single cooldown in the book still available 15 minutes after, 15 seconds after, and you know the drill. The Kayn is going for an emotional play, and if he dies, we can just go for Nashor instantly. You see I have 4,000 gold in my pocket, but it doesn't matter. But all my team has to do is just come here, do Nashor with me, but they're the typical little wild-drifted goblins. They're like, now is the best time to get a deep ward in the enemy jungle, Lux thinks. At the same time, Jinx is like, I need to hit this tower because this purple worm is just too powerful. Well, winning is just obviously too bad, but at least Vladimir realized that winning is pretty nice and we can just do it. Yeah, we get this, and we go home. Now we have 4,000 gold to spend, we BM recall in front of this Draven, and life is good. Now we have a jungle to clear again, and roughly 30 seconds until the objective spawns. So we clear the jungle, and then play for the objective. With so much HP we have right now, or AP we have right now, we can kite camps away relatively early and just let them burn to death. Every single thing we do right now is so much damage. If your little swirly seed hits somebody, well, they lose so much HP. But as per usual, the team is having some accidents again, but here we are to the rescue, and goodbye enemy team. Was nice knowing you. Boop. And there we have a Kayn. And there we have a Pyke. We just run them down. Our champion is giga fast. Does he live? No, he doesn't. And we Zhonya's because his tower shot hurts. Well, a lovely champion, lovely scaling, 3 items power spike, and Lux might be able to defend the bot lane. No, she's ulting for style points, cause why the hell not? Even now, with four people dead, we cannot end because, well, there's a Malphite in the way, and I believe things could get really dicey if we die here, so it's simply not worth it. So we play it safe by just going for the dragon. With this dragon, we are even tankier. It's a mountain dragon, and we would have 3 dragons, which means we are unbelievably tanky. And yeah, I just missed my spell because, you know, I'm bad. We see an ult on the Malphite, and he just doesn't take any damage. But the Zed got some gold from first strike, and Zed's ultimate cooldown is non-existent anyway. Now, with the game being in a state as it is, and everybody being around the map, we can basically just full clear again. The idea would be to sync up waves and then go for a play. But my team, as you see, they're everywhere. Zed is now trying to get something done in the side lane, Lux just reset, and everyone is doing something they want to do. Realistically speaking, I should not waste time clearing my camp here, technically speaking, ideally speaking, but with my team being in a position as it is, I just do it anyway. For items, I just grab 1 more armor item, because the enemy is such heavy AD, that helps me even deal more burn damage, and on top I get anti-healing. It's very late for me to get anti-healing, but in this fight, it's just I will not take any damage. Like, they're not even focusing me, which is kind of sad, because, well, it would have been very lovely to see them hit me because I want to deal damage. Surely not me, I'll miss this because I'm bad, typical. Anyway, like, it's so crazy. Like, this champion could be so good if we had the PC Rod of Ages. But again, my team ran it down in so many occasions and refused to win. But I tried to just be as tanky and rich as possible to get everything done, be the frontline for my team, be a damage dealer for my team, and then make it as easy as possible with the help of side lanes to give my team the W. Don't forget, as a jungler, it is more than often your duty to actually clear side waves because your team will not give a singular care about anything. And that's it for today's video. If you liked the video, leave a like and come back for more, and I'll even stream. So come back, press the sub button, comment, and see you soon.